Hello once again, everyone. This is teacher David at Fast Track to English with a grammar mini lesson. Does the verb confuse you? Is confuse confusing and leave you confused? Did you catch all that? Well, I'm going to put together and create a series of mini lessons to define confuse a verb, confused adjective, confusing adjective, and confusion a noun. Now you wonder why English is fun, right? Now in part 1, this is confuse. Confuse. A verb has 2 definitions, has another definition, but these are the most common. Cause someone to become bewildered or perplexed. So these are 2 adjectives that mean perplexed. Basically, it means to make someone feel that they do not understand something. For example, if you don't explain clearly, you will just confuse the reader. Notice here, confused is action. Now, the second most common definition is to think wrongly that a person or thing is someone or something else. For example, it's easy to confuse the twins because they look so identical. And this is part 2, confused. Say it. Confused is an adjective with 2 definitions. Unable to understand something or think clearly about it. For example, he was starting to feel a bit confused. We usually use confused with about. Confused about something. For example, I'm still a little confused about what caused the crash. Basically, I do not understand why it happened. Now, we also have collocations. Totally confused sort of adds emphasis. Totally confused about something. Utterly confused about something. For example, I was totally confused with the directions. We were all utterly confused as to why our flight was canceled. And this is part 3, confusing. Confusing adjective. Usually something is confusing. For example, let me read you the definition. If something is confusing, it is not easy to understand because it is complicated or not well organized or explained. Let me show you these examples. Some of the questions on the test were extremely confusing. You notice questions modified by confusing. Confusing modifies questions. What was confusing? The questions. Second example, the message you left on my voicemail was totally confusing. What is being modified? The message. Confusing. So if you look at message, confusing. Last one, you are confusing him. Tell him slowly and one thing at a time. And finally, this is part 4, confusion. Confusion. Practice saying it. Confusion. Noun. Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. This is a thing. A feeling. Confusion is a feeling that you do not understand something or cannot decide what to do. We usually use confusion about or confusion over something. For example, there seems to be some confusion about who actually won. Sometimes we use verbs cause and create. Verb plus confusion. Cause and create are verbs plus the noun confusion. Learn to look for those patterns. For example, these changes have caused more confusion for teachers. Thanks for watching.